Hello everyone, welcome to Titan Web Tutorials. In this video we will configure a registration page for the SmartV. So in our previous videos we configured the SmartV, and let's take a quick look at what we've done. So project settings, user access, click to configure the SmartV, and what we've done here is we're logging in contact. So whatever contact we have in Salesforce, obviously you can configure conditions for which contacts under which accounts, and you name it, or any other object in Salesforce. In our instance, it's just a contact, and we're set it up so we're looking for the contact email, and we have one-time password. Once we find that contact in Salesforce, we send that contact one-time password, fills it in, and we'll be able to log in. All right, so what's the registration pages for? So let's go ahead to our published site here, and I'll click sign in, and let's do something that exists in Salesforce. Great, so we get a one-time password, then I'll be able to log in. So let me just refresh this. But what happens if you have a new user, that something that doesn't exist in Salesforce, and it's just an invalid email address, and we cannot log in? But what if you want to give your customers an option to be able to register themselves? And this is where the registration page comes in. So I'll click on the registration option in the SmartV configuration, and I'll say include registration page. All right, so we see we get the email automatically for the contact, since we have to have an email, otherwise we will not be able to log the user in afterwards. This is our main field over there. And if I'll click these three dots to configure, you can see you can do either updatable or mandatory. Mandatory will force the user to fill this field in. So let's do also last name, and we'll make this mandatory since it's mandatory in Salesforce. And here we can do first name, and all of these are dynamically brought in from the object you're working on, and in our instance it's a contact object. Let's say I want to have the first name first, and then last name, and then let's do something like a mobile phone. And you can obviously edit the label as well. So let's say we wanted to show just as mobile, and let's do first name mandatory as well, and mobile can stay updatable, which means it's not compulsory for the user to fill it up. All right, so I'll hit next and then generate SmartV login. One thing to notice, once we generated the registration page, we can head over to our pages. Titan automatically adds registration page, and you can configure it however it looks. The feel, the padding, anything you like on this page can be configured directly from here. All right, so let's publish our site here, and I'll go back to my published site and I'll refresh. Let's see what we got. Click sign in, and from here directly I can hit sign up, and I can say let's do CDO plus and we'll do a mobile number. We don't have to fill it up, and I'll press continue. All right, so I'll click continue, and now I'll get an email with a one-time password. But more importantly, let me show you what happened in Salesforce. So if I'll head over to my contacts, and I can see that a contact was created with this number with the details I filled up. And again, I could have added a lot more fields. And if I'll grab the SmartV, I also received it in the email. So it's right here. You can grab it also directly from here just for the demonstration and put it in. And I am logged in. So I get the Hello CDO 227, and if I would have restricted access to some of my pages here, I'll be able to view them. All right, let me show you a few more configurations we can run. So what happened here? Titan automatically created the push to Salesforce. So if I'll head over to registration, what happened right now is that we took email, first name, last name, mobile, and if we would add more fields, we'll take these and we'll automatically push it to Salesforce. But what if you want to use your own custom push? you want to create your own push. Let's say you want to create an account and then you want to create a contact, or if you use custom objects for this SmartV, you want to do a bunch of other logic and then create the the object that you're logging in the user with. So let's say, for instance, I'll click configure custom logic, and this basically gives you the on-click action. So if I'll sign out and I'll sign in again and I'll click the sign up, whenever this user clicks continue, it will run the action that you configured. So you can configure the action and then you can say Salesforce action, and you can either select something you have or create your own push. So let's click configure and we'll create a new push. So you can run a get and then you can run a push. You can do a whole bunch of logic. Take a look at the Salesforce integration videos to see how you can use this. Okay, so let's say we want to create first an account. So we'll say create an account for SmartV user, and our action will be create, and the mapping can be directly from the registration page. So what we want to do here, for instance, if I'll type in SmartV, I see whatever fields I've added to the SmartV. So we can do, for instance, let's create the account name as the SmartV last name. This doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just to show you how this can be used. And that's it for that. This is the only thing that's mandatory. And again, use your own custom logic. This is just a rough example. And now we can add a child and we can say, okay, we want to create a contact. And let's do create a SmartV contact. Very important to give a description. And our action will be create, and our mapping will be account ID. So number 2, account ID, that was just created. And then we can just map in last name from SmartV from the registration page, obviously. First name, we want email, and I think we have the mobile phone over there as well, so we can map it. And I just hit cancel by mistake, so I'm just going to recreate this real quick. All right, so we have everything configured. We have our first account create. We're creating an account, and then we will create the contact. Okay, so I hit apply. We'll close this, and then what we want to run is account create an account for SmartV user. And then we can return the record ID to any hidden we like. We don't have to do anything for that right now for this demonstration. And we'll hit apply. And we'll apply this, and let's generate the SmartV login. And now let's go ahead over here and we will refresh the page. And let's head over and sign up. So we'll do CDO plus 228 and we'll do CDO 228. Let's do ACC 228 and we'll put in some mobile phone and we'll hit continue. And now what will happen in Salesforce, so if we'll head over to the account, we can see account 228, go to the related, we can see we have an account, a contact created for that one as well. And then we can hit continue and sign in just like we've done so before. So this is really, really powerful. It lets you configure however you want to run your push. You want to create more objects, and obviously we could have added a field for a company and then by that create the account name. It's absolutely limitless over here. So let us just make sure we have everything running correctly. So I got the one-time password and I'll grab it from my email, put it in, and there it is, we're logged in. And this is how it's done.